We begin by thanking you for being here with us today. We recognize that the reason we are gathered is one of the most difficult experiences a human being can face. There are moments in life where everything seems to divide into two: the world as it existed before and the reality that arrives after. Those who have lost someone dear to them know well that hollow sensation of watching the world continue to move. The shops keep their schedules and people go about their routines, while inside, you feel that something fundamental has changed forever. Grief is not a disease that needs to be cured. It is a deeply human response to a significant loss. As Dr. Catherine Shear defines it in this way, grief is the form that love takes when someone we love dies. In the following sections, we will explore 10 practical tips to help you find your way when the landscape of your life feels unrecognizable. 1. Accepting the non-linear nature of grief. We are often taught that grief follows a set of orderly steps or stages to be completed, but the lived reality is quite different. Expert David Kessler explains that grief resembles the ocean waves much more than a staircase. There are days of calm waters, and then there are days where the waves strike with overwhelming force. If you feel worse today than you did yesterday, you are not regressing or failing, you are simply navigating. This roller coaster of shifting emotions is entirely normal. By accepting this fluid nature, you can release the pressure of having to be okay by a certain deadline. One practical exercise is, when a wave of intense emotion hits, do not fight it. Simply stop and breathe. Recognize the feeling, name it, and allow it to pass through you without judgment. 2. Practicing compassion for your fatigue. Have you felt utterly exhausted lately by simple tasks like responding to a text or buying groceries? Grief consumes a massive amount of energy because your mind is working overtime to adapt to a new reality while your heart processes a profound absence. Author Devine notes that pain does not always need to be fixed. Rather, it needs to be accompanied. Do not demand perfection from yourself right now. If all you managed to do today was get out of bed, that is a sufficient victory. This gentle approach to self-mercy is echoed in the ancient wisdom of Ecclesiastes 4.6. Better is a handful of rest than 2 handfuls of hard work and chasing the wind. 3. Caring for your body as a temple. Because the heart and the body are so intimately linked, our next step focuses on physical preservation. Although the pain feels emotional, the physical impact of loss is documented and real. Dr. Anna Phillips points out that the stress of mourning can actually weaken white blood cells, leaving your immune system more vulnerable to illness. Prioritizing your physical health is essential for your emotional endurance. Maintain a healthy diet and stay hydrated. Seek out daily sunlight. Commit to a 10 to 30-minute daily walk to help process negative emotions and stabilize your mental health. As the scripture reminds us in Ephesians 5:29, no one hates his own body, but feeds and cares for it. 4. Establishing routine as an anchor. In the midst of emotional chaos, structure provides a necessary sense of control. Professionals recommend re-establishing a normal routine as soon as possible, specifically regarding schedules for sleeping, working, and eating. This helps your brain gradually regain a sense of normalcy. A significant challenge is reinventing the routines you once shared with the person who is gone. The goal is to create a new rhythm that addresses your current emotional and physical needs. Staying occupied with activities that encourage or hearten you can provide a vital distraction from the deepest stings of the heart. 5. Finding a safe space to speak. Sometimes, a single sincere conversation does more for the soul than weeks of silence. While grief often makes us want to isolate, social support is the single most important factor in recovery. Dr. Lisa Schulman discovered, after the personal tragedy of losing her husband, that verbalizing thoughts helps the brain process trauma and heal. Seek out those who can listen without trying to correct your emotions or offer platitudes. This follows the principle in Ecclesiastes 4.9 and 10. 2 are better than 1, for if one of them falls, the other can help his partner up. 6. Managing guilt with logic and love. Guilt often surfaces as a persistent, what-if question. Our minds search for explanations. because it is so difficult to accept what we cannot change. To manage this, we must distinguish between real responsibility and emotional suffering. Exercise. The emotional scanner. 1. Identify. Pinpoint the specific "what if" or "I should have" thought causing the guilt. 2. Distinguish. Ask yourself if this is a real responsibility, something you intended to do wrong, or emotional suffering, pain looking for a cause. And 3. Evaluate. Objectively look at the situation without judgment, accepting that we cannot control all the variables of life. 7. Ritualizing remembrance for healing. Rituals are symbolic acts that help the mind process what the heart cannot yet grasp. If you are unable to say goodbye in the way you intended, creating your own ritual can provide closure. This might involve lighting a candle, planting a tree, or writing a letter that will not be sent to express everything left unsaid. Robert Niemeyer explains that death transforms a relationship rather than ending it. Through these acts, you move from a physical connection to a symbolic connection. This allows your memories to eventually shift from being a source of pure pain to a source of gratitude. 8. Postponing major life decisions. Under the heavy stress of grief, our capacity for clear, logical thinking is diminished. Experts strongly advise waiting at least 1 year before making life-altering changes, such as selling a family home or quitting a career. Your brain requires time to readjust after the traumatic impact of loss. Remember the warning in Proverbs 21.5, "Everyone who is hasty will surely head for poverty." Give yourself the gift of time to clear your mind before taking definitive steps. 9. Searching for new meaning. Viktor Frankl observed that suffering is transformed the moment we find a reason to continue. This is not about forgetting the person you lost, but about discovering a value, a goal, or a promise that makes getting out of bed worthwhile, whether it is for family, a specific mission, or a promise made. Exercise. The vital footprint. Take a moment to identify the specific gestures, values, or personality traits you inherited from the person you lost. Recognize how those qualities continue to live on and walk through your own daily actions. 10. Healing through helping others. There is a profound, curative joy found in mutual support. Helping others who are also walking through the valley of sorrow, or participating in volunteer causes, can restore a sense of purpose to your life. In the act of comforting others, you often find your own comfort. As the scripture in Acts 20:35 states, "There is more happiness in giving than in receiving." Final words of encouragement. I want to thank you for staying with me until the end, even in these days that seem so gray. I want to leave you with 2 final thoughts. First, you are not in a competition. There are no medals for the person who recovers the fastest, and there are no prizes for pretending everything is fine. Your heart has its own unique rhythm, and your journey deserves absolute respect. Second, a small step is enough. On your darkest days, taking one tiny step forward, or simply continuing to breathe and trusting that the storm will pass, it is an immense victory. Important notice. It is essential to remember that the information shared is educational and supportive in nature, and, under no circumstances, replaces the care, advice, and direction of a health professional, whether a psychologist, psychiatrist, or another medical specialist. Each grieving process is unique and, at times, can become chronic or complicated, requiring specific therapeutic interventions. Receiving professional help as soon as possible can make a vital difference in your healing process and emotional well-being. Do not hesitate to seek support if you feel that the situation is overwhelming you.